The priorities of the board in 1996 had been the research side and promotion. We kind of went more to the policy area on the B20 amendment to EPACT.
The Energy Policy Act was an existing law that set standards and requirements for the use of alternative fuels by federal agencies. Biodiesel was not allowed to be used, and so we actually had to change the law for biodiesel to be qualified.
The policy environment is not a smooth line graph. It's an up and down graph.
Our first meetings of legislators and their staffs was just a handful of people that have been kind of coerced to be there by their colleagues and constituents.
And we passed B20 in October of 1998. It really hit me that this fuel had a future. Well, along with finding a way to expand volume, and decided that a tax incentive of some sort was needed in order to get the price of biodiesel down.
And we were the David against the Goliath in some ways in this massive bill. But I, a seasoned Washington person, and recognized that we were only getting better the longer it took. Our arguments were getting stronger with more biodiesel coming online. We were showing that we were ready for prime time.
When Senator Grassley agreed to put us into the tax bill, I was greatly relieved that all of our efforts and all the money we'd spent over the past several years was going to pay off.
The Energy Policy Act also included a renewable fuel standard for the first time, which is a requirement that all gasoline have a certain percentage of renewable fuel. Biodiesel was not included in the early drafting of the legislation.
It became readily apparent that we needed to affect policy so that biodiesel in the United States could be incorporated into the overall diesel fuel supply.
The staff was very close. We worked hard. We all did whatever we could. We watched each other's backs. There was no turf issues. There was no this is in my area or that's in yours. I would call Joe from Washington and say, hey, I need you out here. I need a certain leader out here. It was never why or when, or it was just, they're coming, we'll help.
NBB was instrumental in presenting evidence to EPA that helped make the final rule favorable to biodiesel.
This is when it meant biodiesel was going to be used by more and more Americans. It was going to make a difference in our energy independence. It was a very, very exciting, personally satisfying time.
When I look at the map that was totally blank of all biodiesel producers and supporters, and the size of the industry right now is just almost unthinkable.
I can't believe that I just sold soybeans this week for $17 a bushel. That's pretty amazing.
Starting out with 2 employees and now almost 20 and opening another office in D.C., it's just amazing how the biodiesel industry has grown.
I just hope this industry continues to grow and continue to help our country with our energy dependence.
Today we have huge conventions, we have national prominence, we have acceptance from the engine manufacturers. All of this took a massive amount of time, effort, dedication, and finances, and I'm proud to look back on it and say we did it.